I actually ended up watching 2 mystery films back-to-back days this week. One of them was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen, and one of them was one of my anticipated films of the year. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content as well as movie reviews on this channel here every week. I am sorry, I have to have the fan on, so if you're hearing some buzzing in the background, I can't not have it on today. I'll turn it down a little bit and that's all you're getting. All of my movie reviews are spoiler free, and I will leave a playlist of my recent reviews linked up above in case you are looking for something to watch this week. Yes, so the first secret screening, screen unseen mystery movie that I went to watch was I just had some time to spare and I was like, oh, mystery movie, let's go and watch it. And then the title card popped up and I hadn't even heard of this movie. So this is The Lady, which is a mockumentary. Normally, I really like a mockumentary. I'm a big Office fan. I'm a big Parks and Rec fan. I love that style. I like that style of movie. And I love a biopic as well. So I should like this mockumentary. And it sort of started out, it started out absolutely kind of fine, following this eccentric lady in her manor home, a slightly inexperienced documentary crew, and I was sort of like going along for the ride, and some things happened that I laughed a little bit at. The person directly behind me was finding absolutely every moment really, really hilarious though. And the man directly next to me, because it was a pretty full screening, so I was literally right next to someone, which I don't normally do unless it's somebody I know. I normally will move somewhere else in the screen so I'm not by someone. The man directly next to me didn't react at all. He reacted to the fact that I couldn't stop yawning, but didn't react at all to the film. So it's going along, and as I say, we've had some laughs. And then something happens that sort of takes it from a mockumentary to be a little bit supernatural. And that's sort of where they lost me. But I didn't have anything better to do, so I stayed and watched to the end of the film. Normally, you know me, if I'm not vibing with a film, if I'd rather be sitting reading my book somewhere, I will leave. However, it's been very hot. I didn't want to sit in the car and read my book while I waited for Ollie to finish doing what he was doing. I wanted to stay in this nice air-conditioned cinema in my reclined seat. So I was like, we're going to ride this out. We're going to see what happens. So yes, so the lady of the manor is played by the actress who plays the sister in Fleabag. So she's very dry sense of humour, very stone-faced anyway, which I don't know how she could manage to get through some of those scenes in Fleabag without laughing. But it was sort of similar in this one. She was having to act as this really eccentric lady of the manor, who this supernatural thing is happening to, and be filmed and talk to a documentary film crew about it, and it was all just a little bit weird. I don't feel like there's an awful lot I can talk about in the film, events of the film either, without giving away massive spoilers, so it's just a hard one to review. I hadn't seen trailers for it, I hadn't heard anything about it. I've seen people talking about it online now because I went on to see what other people were saying about it. And yes, this film does really talk about identity of a woman of a certain age. So I think she was probably my age, maybe slightly older than me, and kind of the way society views us. And the documentary kind of would have done that anyway, but the film itself kind of delves deeper into that. And she's had some trauma in her life that we find out, again, not going to go into that, and she kind of copes with it in her own eccentric way, which lends itself to it being, an entertaining film. But yeah, it's interesting. She's completely on her own in this massive house, which is decorated exactly as you would expect it to be. And the outside scenes as well definitely reflect the British weather. It's not always sunny and happy. And I like that about the film. And I thought that they really kept to the mockumentary style very well as well. And yes, she's got some wacky outfits. She's hosting a talent show for the local children, which she hopes to win. And so she's kind of hard to like, but you definitely sympathise for her. You can't really empathise with her, but you definitely sympathise for her. You know, you feel very sorry for her in for many reasons. But I found it really hard to like the film because I just wasn't on board with everything they were trying to do. I think it had just been a straight mockumentary and nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, you want something to happen for there to be some action, but nothing out of the ordinary, supernaturally speaking, happened. I would be okay with it, but I just found it really difficult to deal with when things that would happen that just wouldn't happen in real life. And I think that's on me. In terms of it being a decent film though, and whether I would recommend that you go and watch it, again, I don't know. I just don't feel like there was kind of enough happening other than this one supernatural thing that kept happening for it to be like a decent, oh yes, I recommend this, or oh yes, I think you should go and watch this. It was just weird. And I felt like sometimes it was weird for the sake of being weird. I feel like the vehicle itself, it could have been a really interesting film, particularly taking a look at, you know, the identity of women as they get older. Like it's a hot topic. And so, yeah, I don't think I liked it. And I don't think I would recommend it to you. People online are raving about it, so feel free to go and look at some of the reviews. But yeah, was sort of perplexed when the title card came up, and then gradually grew more and more perplexed and bewildered as the film went on. Like I said, I did laugh a couple of times, but yeah, just a weird way to spend an evening, and kind of like put me in a bit of a weird mindset for the rest of the night, which was not great because I was like 2 hours from home at that point. But anyway, as always, if you are looking for a particular film you'd like me to come back here and review next week, I'm more than happy to do so. Please let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, but do make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell to watch my review of the other Screen Unseen that I watched this week. And I also have a Disney vlog coming your way and some bookish content coming your way very soon. So I will see you with my next video. Thanks for watching.